So Ethereum, gonna give you a hot take on this one. Really hot take. Look guys, it's Becker, your main man, the king of crypto, elected by Meghan Markle. You saw in the Oprah interview, we nailed it. Also coming to you with the Lord of crypto, number one picker of coins. Isn't that right, Scoot? Yeah, okay. So look, guys, I get asked all the time, why hasn't Ethereum moved? What's the problem with Ethereum? And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly why it's not moving, why people investing in Ethereum just aren't making money. And it's actually a very, very simple problem. Look, as you guys know, I am the king of crypto, also the most woke empty house business advice guy with a great body who's also PG and very friendly, family friendly, and also a billionaire. And the reason why Ethereum hasn't moved is because if you've seen all those titles, I'm a very important guy. And the reason why coins move and don't... You're really ruining the intro, Scoot. The reason why coins move and don't move, it's very simple. I haven't given it permission to move yet. And if I wanted Ethereum to be $25,000 right now, it simply would be, but I haven't given it permission yet because there's a lot of things. There's a lot of problems that we got to talk about as an investment. And frankly, before I give it the nod, before I say, you know what, Vitalik, do your thing, we got to discuss it. All right, so look, intros out of the way. Look, if we're talking about Ethereum, there's a lot of problems with this investment. And in this video, what I want to do is I don't actually want to bust Ethereum down. I don't want to rip Ethereum apart. What I want to do is I actually want to show you some projects I think you should be looking at instead of Ethereum. And more so, I want to talk about how Ethereum is probably going to go this bull run, even if we're being optimistic, and why I don't think it makes that much sense to have as much Ethereum as most people do. Look, if you just got into crypto, probably the main things you hear about are Bitcoin and Ethereum, and everyone tells you to buy Ethereum because it's going to get better returns than Bitcoin. This is true. I see Ethereum getting much better returns than Bitcoin this bull run. However, this is a crypto bull run. Everything is going to get incredible returns. And if we actually look at what's going on with Ethereum just as an investment, let's not even talk about the tech and how this bull market is going to play out. I think there's just a lot better projects to at least diversify your portfolio into. And I think there's a lot of projects that are just as safe and a sure bet as Ethereum. And I actually don't think Ethereum's that much of a sure bet. And so I want to break this down in this video because when I first got into crypto, again, everyone's telling you to get into Ethereum, and I just simply want you to understand what you're actually investing in and how it's probably going to play out this bull run. And if I had known about all these ins and outs in Ethereum and all these other projects, I probably wouldn't have kept so much money in Ethereum at the start of the bull run, and I'd be up like 20x right now instead of making a 2x on Ethereum when I got in really hard in January. And at that time in January, I'd actually gotten in Bitcoin early March last year, rode that to about a 6x or whatever it was at, and then flipped it into Ethereum. So again, I've made good gains in Ethereum, but I think if I'd known this, I'd probably be up so much more. So let me share this with you. And you might be asking, you know, Alex, why are you dressed so snazzy today? Well, someone said I didn't look like my CryptoPunk, so just to troll you guys, I'm going to dress like this permanently on the channel. Okay, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about Ethereum and all the reasons. I don't really like it as an investment that much in this bull run. Maybe after the bull run, maybe, but I really don't like it right now. So look, Ethereum has around, as I make this video, a $200 billion market cap. And if you're fairly new to crypto, what you need to understand is there's kind of this war for who's going to get the smart contract king title. Okay, so you're going to have DOT, you're going to have ADA, you're going to have other projects like Avalanche. And all these things, all these projects are competing for basically the king. This is a crown, by the way, the king of smart contracts. Because whoever wins this, it's smart contracts. I can't even spell this stuff. Smart contracts. Smart contracts are going to change the world. Whoever gets this, all the banks are going to run on it. Our voting systems. It's almost infinite amount of things it's going to change. And so whoever wins this, they're going to have a multi-trillion-dollar market cap. It's going to explode, and you should be aware of that because that's the biggest battle that's happening right now in crypto. For example, Bitcoin's use case as a store of value, that's already been proven. That's why we don't see any competitors to Bitcoin, really, because Bitcoin does exactly what it should do. It's used as a store as value. But when it comes down to the next layer of the biggest thing going on in crypto, which is DeFi, there is no clear winner at this point. Ethereum's way out ahead, and I think that's more of a disadvantage when it comes to making money in this bull run. So understand that. First off, they're all competing. So first off, understand that's what's going on here. We have multiple projects competing to be the best smart contract system. And I think all of them will do very well, and I actually think Ethereum will be okay in the future. But again, I don't like it as an investment because of this. Okay, so the reason why people get into Ethereum, mainly when they're getting into crypto and they don't know much about it, if you actually know a lot about Ethereum, this video is pointless to you. I'm going to say a lot of things that you probably already know, and you should really just stay tuned for the projects that I think you should actually invest in more than Ethereum, or at least consider. So the reason why people get into Ethereum is they view it a lot like Bitcoin. At least a lot of beginners do. They view it as like a sure thing that's just going to go up over 10 years. And then also a way to get better returns than Bitcoin while still being in a sure thing. And that's just absolutely not true. See, let's look at the returns we want to get in this bull run. So in order for us to go from where we're at right now, a $1,700 Ethereum to, let's say, $10,000, which is most people's goal for this bull run. That's the conservative goal. I see people throwing like $25,000 and $40,000 out there. Okay, so let's say we're going to get here. Let's say we're going to get a nice, let's just round this up to 2,000 for the sake of math. What has to happen for it to get here? Where does the market cap have to go? We're going to have to see about $800 billion pour into Ethereum for us to get to this price right here. Is that possible in this bull run? Definitely, okay? But if you want to make a 5x in this bull run, that's a pretty sizable bet, betting that $800 billion is going to go into Ethereum, while this market cap right here, the DeFi market cap king, smart contract king, is being split and really hemorrhaged between ADA, DOT, and AVAX to a little extent. There's a few other projects that fit in there, but let's just focus on the big ones right here. Long story short, Ethereum isn't like Bitcoin where money can just pour into it. It works as it stores value. Everything in this pie is being split with these other projects. And so in order for Ethereum to get to this trillion-dollar market cap we need for a 5x, it's going to have to make that $800 billion while also splitting the market cap with all these other projects right here. And so basically it's being slowed down a lot. That you need to understand. The reason why it hasn't moved as much as people want it to move, in my opinion, is a lot of this money that would be getting it to a $300 billion and a $400 billion, that's going in the ADA, DOT, and other projects and other alts that I'm going to talk about here in a second. For example, Cardano has a $40 billion market cap. If Cardano wasn't around, that would be in Ethereum right now. In theory, not exactly, but just bear with me right here. So the reason why I don't like it as an investment is because, first off, a 5x ROI in this bull run, while super awesome, is really not that great when we look at a lot of other smaller projects out there. Even if we're not getting the dirty, stinky, late night 1 a.m. call up gross altcoins, this still isn't great. There's so many other projects we can probably make a 10x on this bull run. But here's the bigger problem with this. So people think it going to 10K is almost a sure thing. But what people don't consider, and what they do need to consider, is that if Ethereum messes up anything in this bull run, if something doesn't go as it should be, if the next update that's going to start burning ETH doesn't get pulled off correctly, if they keep making more delays like they just did, this could very much not happen. Ethereum could just go to like 3 to 5K tops and actually be one of the worst performers in this bull run. This is totally a possibility, which is why, again, what most people do with Ethereum is they hold so much of it. Like most people's portfolios are like 50% Ethereum or more. Why? Because, okay, this is when we can get better returns than Bitcoin. But again, Bitcoin's use case, it's 100% there. It's happening. Ethereum's use case is very hypothetical at this point. And if they mess up anything, here's where it really scares me. So they have a $200 billion market cap. You have to look at the things that are coming up here. Okay, DOT's really making a lot of progress. And then ADA, which I'm not telling you to invest in ADA in this video. This is not a pro ADA video, okay? If it nails Goguen and it gets smart contracts out this summer like they're aiming to, and there's no reason why they shouldn't, in my opinion. They nailed the exact date for the Merry Hard Fork. So if they get this out, it's going to be a big problem for Ethereum. It just simply is. And then with their ERC20 converter, where projects can convert from Ethereum to ADA just like that, it's going to be a really big problem for this market cap. Let's not say that like Ethereum is worse than ADA or anything like that, but it's going to have a really, really strong competitor that actually is a much better network for it. And ETH 2.0 is not coming out till 2022 at least. I don't see it coming out by the end of this year. And sure, there's all sorts of things coming to Ethereum that are going to help it scale. So let's imagine all the scaling and everything goes well. It's still going to have a massive problem with Cardano coming this summer, if Cardano does what they say they're going to do. And I think they're going to do it. And then if any of these things don't go well, let's imagine all of Ethereum's scaling solutions don't really go that well and the gas fees aren't dropped to a point where they're reasonable. For example, if you were to do any smart contract right now, like set up, I don't know, a smart contract for something as simple as taking a bunch of gambles in a video game for like chain games or something like that, and you were to set that up between players, each player would be paying like 50 to 100 bucks just to get their stuff on the smart contract. It doesn't work. Even if you got down to $5 to $10, that still doesn't work. So if Ethereum doesn't nail all these things that they're talking about, they're going to, I don't see how their market cap is going to go to $1 trillion with ADA and DOT and BNB, I've totally forgot to mention them, all providing a better solution. I just don't see what $800 billion is going to come from. And I could actually see it losing market cap as ADA and perhaps even BNB just become better solutions. And if those become better solutions, this is a long way to fall. This is a long way to fall. So again, what we're looking at right here in this bull run, in my opinion, is something that, let's say my best estimate for it, if we're going to be conservative and reasonable, is a 10K ETH by the end of this bull run. And I'm kind of questionable on that at this point. But it could happen, okay? And so we're looking at an investment in this bull run that's going to probably 5x tops if you are being reasonable. There's people that say it's going to 20K and whatnot. But again, that's a massive bet. We're going to have to see a $2 trillion Ethereum market cap to get to that 20K that people want to look at. Give or take, don't hold me to my math. And the thing is, let's just say this is our best case scenario that we're going to get in this bull run if we're being reasonable. Well, this has a lot of risk attached to it with Cardano and DOT and BNB all providing good solutions, and it has a lot tying it down. To get to that 10K, there's a huge weight on it that is from these competitors. So we're dealing with investment that's return this bull run isn't that great, and it's kind of actually risky in my point of view with everything going on. So what should we do instead? What should we be investing in? I want to state a good 15% of my portfolio is still Ethereum. But let's look at a few other things that are going on here. So if we want to make good returns in this bull run, it's not about the technology. All these projects are super duper overvalued. Nothing is priced correctly. Maybe Bitcoin is priced correctly, but everything else is just massively overvalued. For example, Cardano doesn't even have smart contracts or like a working product yet, and it's worth 40 billion. That's not reasonable. Okay, so we're not dealing with the value of these technologies here. We're dealing with the value of things being overvalued and predicting it's going to keep being overvalued. So if things are going to keep being overvalued in this bull run, what I want to see from my investments is I want to see a 10x. Okay, and the thing is, there's a lot of projects that I think are just as safe as Ethereum. I think there's no way Ethereum outperforms them this bull run. I just don't see it happening. So for example, if we look at something like AVAX, okay, and so I'm going to talk about a few projects right here, and I'm not going to get into microcaps because again, if we talk like about a microcap, we'll double it very quickly, and it's just goof troop because I'm investing in these things, but I don't think we can pump any of these coins that we're going to talk about. So if we go and look at something like AVAX, for example, this is pretty much Ethereum and ADA's little brother. Now, why do I think we can get a much better return on AVAX in this bull run? Well, first off, it's a great project with already working products, and it's actually a phenomenal project. And so I see it just up there as reliable as Ethereum. People are going to be like, no way. I'm like, no, just because Ethereum has a $200 billion market cap really doesn't mean that other projects aren't going to grow as well. Every project's going to grow in this bull run. And I think looking at this, here's what you need to consider if you're just getting into this. Look at the market cap on this. It's $3 billion. So if I'm a betting man, I bet very strongly that this could easily get to $20 billion. I mean, that's only $17 billion, which is not a lot in this bull run. It's just simply not. And so when all the institutions, when all the other big players start going in the alts like I think they're going to, because they're going to start seeing all these returns, they're already seeing them. I think it's very likely, and I actually think it's a safer bet that Avalanche will go to at least 15 billion than Ethereum going to $1 trillion. Because of all the things we talked about before, there's nothing really slowing Avalanche down. And it's a very small, it's a much smaller project. It's a little brother project. So it just has a lot more room to grow easily. For Ethereum to get to that $1 trillion, it's going to have to fight tooth and nail to get there, in my opinion. That's $800 billion they're going to have to get in there. And I think it's just way easier for $17 billion to flow into Avalanche. So let's talk about another project that I think is good too. All right, so if we look at other projects which are based on really good sound technology that's coming up, Origin Protocol is something that could really mess up Uber. It could really mess up Shopify. So that's one of the reasons I invest in this project right here and consider it almost part of my safe portfolio. Now, there's absolutely nothing safe in this bull run, okay? But there are going to be altcoins, which are, $10 million altcoins, which can go absolutely nuts, but they can also go down, okay? Origin Protocol, AVAX, these things aren't going to be disappearing mid-bull run. They're just not. They're projects that have a lot of value, and there's a lot of things going on in them. And so these projects, again, are not going to 100, 500x on us. However, these are projects that aren't going anywhere, and if they don't go anywhere in this bull run, they're just simply going to grow, because that's how everything is. And so if we look at Origin Protocol, it's a $259 million market cap. So let's again be betting people here. So Ethereum going and 5xing, we're going to need $800 billion. That's going to be tough with the current climate and how things are trending for Ethereum. It's just going to be tough. Could it do it? I think it totally can. However, we only need $800 million in Origin Protocol, which is something that could mess up Shopify, it could mess up Uber, and it could just be super widely used all over the place. If I'm a betting man by the end of this bull run, I easily see $800 million pouring in the Origin. I don't see it not happening in my point of view. And this is not investment advice. This is not stuff you should be buying and just going off my word on it. I just don't see Origin Protocol not getting another $800 million in there if everything keeps growing. And so again, let's look at what we want to achieve in this bull run. We want to get these 10x ROIs over the next year, right? We want to get that. And Ethereum to 10x, that's $2 trillion coming in. It could still happen, but again, there's a lot of things weighing it down. There's nothing really stopping Origin Protocol from getting another $800 million in it. There's just not. And so we could get the same returns in Origin faster than Ethereum. And here's another thing you need to consider in this bull run. So this bull run is basically a game of chicken, okay? It's probably going to go, most people think, till the end of this year. But really, what you want to do in this bull run is you really don't want to ride this thing out to the end. You could, but everybody missed the top last time and then they lost all their money. So preferably, if you can make your returns and get out early, that's how you can really protect yourself. That's the best way to protect yourself in this bull run, is get your returns faster and get out before because all these things are going to crash. All these coins are going to go they're going to become very cheap if there's a big crash, which there's going to be. Ethereum's going to drop immensely, and everything's going to lose tons of money. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to get out early. That's what I'm going to do. And so I want to make my returns a lot faster. I don't want to, if we're going to see a 5x in Ethereum, a 6x, a 7x, we're going to have to ride this really close to the end of the bull run. I don't want to be around. I don't want to be hanging on with my investments around the end of the bull run. Yeah, we're probably going to see it skyrocket at the end of the bull run, but we're going to see it go right back down too. And so I don't want to be around at this point. I want to be out early. And so I want to get those returns and get out. So another project I think you should really look at, and I put it in the same kind of league as these other ones, is Engine Coin. Okay, so this is a $2 billion market cap, and frankly, gaming and NFTs is just going to be huge. And I don't see why this can't get to 10 billion in a couple months from here. I don't see why not. It's only $8 billion, which is not a lot of money in crypto. Okay, we are looking at the total right here. We're working with a $1.7 trillion market cap. I think by the end of this bull run, we're probably going to see maybe 4 or 5 or something like that. Okay? There's no reason why this can't get to 10, and we can make that 5x return way before the end of the bull run. And again, this is just a nice, consistent project that's been around for years, and it's just not going anywhere. And so I know you're probably watching this video too, and you're thinking, well, no, why aren't you mentioning ADA, DOT, Uniswap, Theta? Okay. Well, these right here are really high market caps, and I think these are all going to provide great returns as well. But if we want to make 10x ROIs, we probably want to go and find coins that are a little bit lower in market cap value. Okay, so we can keep going down here, and we can get down maybe on the second page and start looking at these coins. So we got Engine right here. We got Avalanche. We got something like Chili's right here. They make great baby back ribs. So if we're going to go and make these 10x ROIs, none of these projects, I just don't see them going anywhere, and they all have working products, and they're all working and doing cool things right now. So we could easily go and make another portfolio of, for lack of words, this is not the right word at all, safe 10xers. So we can make a portfolio. If you're looking at my portfolio, yeah, I carry a lot of ADA, I carry a lot of DOT, and I carry a lot of Ethereum. But frankly, this portfolio right here, ADA probably tops this bull run is going to $5, maybe $8, but we're going to have to ride deep into the bull run to get to that $8 point. That's not where I want to be. I want to get that 5x way before the end of the bull run. So what I can do instead is I can build a portfolio of AVAX and heck, even Theta if we want to throw in something that's even a bit safer. Again, nothing's safe in this bull run. And we could get this 5x ROI way before the end of the bull run, and then we can bounce, okay, if that's what we're looking for. Instead of sitting around and holding a ton of money in Ethereum and trying to hold and wait this out till the end of the bull run. Because in order to make money in Ethereum, you're going to have a lot of money in Ethereum, period. You know, if you're trying to make $1 million by the end of this bull run, you're going to have $200,000 sitting in Ethereum. Again, with all the things weighing it down and the potential that it could actually start losing market cap if it doesn't nail its scaling solutions and if ADA becomes a really big problem for it, which really is a potential could happen. And so it's really overall, guys. I didn't want to make like a dramatic ETH is going to be exploding, and I can control the screen, but I don't want to make a dramatic like ETH is going to explode video, okay? But if we're looking just at the numbers and the market caps, there's a lot of pondering to do. That's the point of the video. So don't go make trades based on this video, but just look at what you're looking at and understand the market that you're looking at and how things are probably going to move just based on their market caps. A coin that has to get to $1 trillion is going to have a harder time getting to $1 trillion than a coin that only needs $8 billion to 5x. So that being said, if you like talking about crypto and you want to see other coins that I'm buying, you just want to see me trolling, you should follow me at ZSS Becker, and I'll see you next time.